Good evening, councilors. It is 6:30 p.m. I will call the Tuesday, April 17th, 2018 meeting of the Superior City Council to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Congratulations, councilors. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilor Olson. Here. Councilor Van Sickle. Here. Councilor Bender. Here. Councilor Sweeney. Here. Councilor Fennessy. Here. Councilor Elm. Here. Councilor Ludwig. Here. Councilor Sutherland. Here. Councilor Kern. Here. And Councilor Dahlbeck.
The first order of business is the selection of council president. For a refresher, I will have our city attorney explain how this process works.
Yeah, so we've developed quite a process because we have had difficulties getting leadership elected and seated. We will deal with the president first, and we will entertain a nomination for candidates. You only need a nomination and a second to be nominated as a candidate for president of the council. We'll invite each candidate to address the council for a minute. You don't have to, but you certainly will be allowed. And if you can't do rock, paper, scissors or defer to one another on your own volition, we'll cut the cards to determine the order of the speakers. And then we will take a roll call vote wherein each counselor states the name of his or her preferred candidate. If more than two people are nominated and no candidate receives 6 or more votes, the top 2 candidates will go to a final vote. So we'll kick out anyone below the 1 and 2 spots. If more than 2 are nominated and there are no top 2, for example, 3 people are nominated for president, 1 gets 4 votes, and the other 2 get 3 each, then the 2 who are tied would get put to a vote, and then they must receive 6 or more votes to advance to a final election with the 1 person who already had more than those others. Once we have 2 finalists, we will put the vote to the council. If it ends up in a tie, we'll check in with the mayor and see if he wants to exercise his power under the statutes to break the tie. He can, but he's not obligated to do so. If he chooses not to break the tie, we'll submit the election, if you will, to a second roll call vote. If it remains tied after 2 roll call votes, we will do a secret ballot. And I have a note here to myself, which is just dumb luck, that telephonic participation in this meeting is generally considered permissible. So it's going to get weird when we do a secret ballot with a telephone. But what we'll do is we'll cut Councilor Olson out, and I'll invite him to text to me, and you'll just have to trust that I can honorably relay that vote. If everything that I've described fails and we can't get to a place where we've elected a president, we can cut the cards. We last exercised that option in April of 2009. Olson's Queen of Diamonds beat Bridges' Three of Clubs. And we can do that again if it comes to that. We'll repeat the process that I just described for the election and seating of the council vice president.
Are there any questions? Then I will open the floor for nominations. Is there? Councilor Olson.
I would like to nominate Keith Kern for president.
Keith Kern has been nominated for president. Is there a second? The second by Councilor Bender. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? We'll entertain a motion to close nominations and acclaim Councilor Kern as president by unanimous vote. Motion is by Councilor Bender, second by Councilor Fennessy. Is there discussion on the motion? See none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion carries. Congratulations, Mr. President. We will now open nominations for council vice president. Councilor Ludwig has been nominated by Councilor Bender, seconded by Councilor Van Sickle. Councilor Dahlbeck?
I nominate Councilor Fennessy.
Councilor Fennessy is nominated by Councilor Dahlbeck. The second is by Councilor Sutherland. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations for council vice president? Seeing none, we will move into a roll call. Please signify your choice by saying the name of the councilor you'd like to select for. Oh, I'm sorry. Councilor Ludwig, you were nominated first. Would you like to speak to your nomination?
Sure. Will you turn your mic on?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Councilor?
Okay.
Councilor Ludwig? Councilor Ludwig, I just want to remind you that this is not like our usual council speaking rules. You have 1 minute to speak.
Okay, all right. So I'll make it short and sweet, right? I guess with me, those of you who work with me pretty know what you get. My background, since the time I could slop the hogs, milk the cows, bale the hay, I was a laborer, and my teaching, I've been involved with the labor union movement. But also, I have, throughout my years, have had great mentors in administration. When Superior got me, I moved up here 29 years ago. I had a great mentor, Mike Walschlager, who taught me that, through mentoring, I consider him my mentor. And UWS called on him a lot to mediate between administration and staff. And so, I'm good at compromising, at working with people. I grew up with 11 siblings. We had to mediate and share a lot. Thank you.
Councilor Fennessy.
Good evening, councilors. First off, thanks for the nomination for vice president. The last 2 years on the council have been incredibly rewarding and enjoyable. I pretty much spent the first year figuring things out, and the second year was really able to get some fun things accomplished. Now, as I enter my third year as a councilor, I'm ready for the next challenge, ready for the next level of responsibility. In the last couple of years, I've had the opportunity to serve on a wide variety of committees, making me well-rounded, informed, and experienced in this position. I also want to point to my commitment to the council meetings and committee meetings. Since being elected in 2016, I have never missed a single council meeting, and there aren't more than a handful of committee meetings I wasn't able to make. I always come to the meetings prepared and informed. So again, I want to thank you for the nomination, and councilors, I hope that over the last 2 years, I've earned your trust and proven myself ready for the position of vice president. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. We will proceed to a roll call vote now.
Okay.
And again, please state the name of your choice for vice president.
Councilor Olson.
Ludwig.
Councilor Van Sickle. Councilor Bender. Councilor Sweeney. Councilor Fennessy. Councilor Elm. Councilor Ludwig. Counselor Sutherland. Counselor Kern. Counselor Dahlbeck. Counselor Fennessy is elected 6-4.
Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
Item number 4 is approval of the minutes from the April 4th regular council meeting.
The motion is by Counselor Bender. The second is by Counselor Fennessy. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion carries.
Item 6 is the consent agenda.
The motion is by Counselor Dahlbeck. The second by Counselor Bender. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Sorry. The motion carries.
Item 8.1, I am submitting, requesting approval of miscellaneous licenses.
The motion is by Counselor Bender. The second by Counselor Dahlbeck. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion carries.
I'm requesting approval of an application for a cabaret license for the Last Resort Bar, 318 Tower Avenue, for the license period ending June 30th, 2018.
Motion is by Counselor Dahlbeck. The second by Counselor Bender. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion carries.
8.3, I am requesting approval of an application by Freedom Value Center, 311 Belknap, to appoint Kyle Pipcorn as agent for the remainder of the license period.
The motion is by Counselor Fennessy. The second by Counselor Bender. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Motion carries.
8.4, I am requesting approval of an application to amend the premise of a Class B liquor and beer license for the Anchor Bar and Grill, 413 Tower Avenue, for a special event on May 19th.
The motion is by Counselor Dahlbeck. The second by Counselor Sutherland. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Motion carries.
Item 8.5, Fire Chief Panger, discussion on award of contracts for the HVAC and plumbing related to construction of the headquarters fire station. This was referred from the April 4th council meeting.
Counselor Olson.
I am going to recuse myself from this discussion.
Counselor, we'll call you back at the end of the discussion. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Counselor Sutherland.
I'm going to have to ask to recuse myself as well for this.
You're recused. Thank you, Counselor. Is there a motion to approve? To deal with the matter at all, we're going to need a motion to approve, at least procedurally, councilors, or a motion to refer. I'm going to ask that this item be referred or tabled indefinitely. We will, of course, bring it back. We'll need to determine the proper place to fully review, more documentation that we need to pull in. The city attorney may have more to say, but at this time, it's probably best for us to refer it, and we'll bring it back in just a couple weeks. It shouldn't delay the project any. The motion is by Councilor Bennett, the second by Councilor Fennessy to place on the table indefinitely. Is there discussion? Councilor Fennessy.
If I could, I like the idea of delaying this, just so we can get all the facts together. I still don't feel like we have everything to make an informed decision. What avenues are you thinking that would take place?
City attorney might add to this, but right now there are a few options we've discussed. The License and Fees Committee, of course, bringing back to the council itself. There's the Committee of the Whole. Really, wherever we have to look at whatever's most appropriate and what action we think you're likely to take. Anything to add to that?
Did we have a License and Fees Committee meeting?
I mostly agree with the mayor. We've got some discretion and some options when it comes to referring these matters like this. I think there might be some merit in convening in a closed session where I could speak with you candidly about my findings and my impression of the code, particularly as it applies to the application submitted by this, or the bid proposal, rather, submitted by this contractor as well as others that we've examined over the course of the last couple of months leading up to what hopefully is going to be the start of this project.
Councilor Kern.
Due to the best interest of time, it was brought up about a closed session meeting. Seeing if we do refer to License and Fees Committee, the committees will not be approved until at least the first meeting of May. I understand the police or the fire department is ready to get set on this project. I would like to amend that motion and refer it to a closed session meeting, if possible.
I don't think you can amend a motion to refer, but I guess I'm perfectly willing to send it to a closed session at the next meeting. We can place that on the agenda. If it's placed on the table indefinitely, as councilors, you could pull it and place it on the agenda. So the purpose of placing it on the table indefinitely is so that anybody can pull it whenever they want, wherever they want it to go. That it gives us that kind of flexibility. So we can still do that. I'd just rather avoid the motion if you don't mind, council.
All right, then I'll avoid that motion.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion to place on the table indefinitely. I'm sorry, Chief, did you have something to say?
Yes, I just wanted to make clear the timelines. What we're really looking at is hoping to get this back in front of the council for a vote May 1st. So I know that's tight, but if we can get this settled by May 1st, then we can turn around and get contracts signed and get them on the job in a preferable time.
Thank you. Was there further discussion? All those in favor of placing it on the table indefinitely, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Motion carries. We have to call Councilor Olson back. Do you mind calling him back? Okay.
Is there a redial on here? Have to find them. Just a sec.
I've got it if you don't.
Yeah, I just found it. That's what I get for not bringing my glasses with me.
Welcome back, Councilor. We're on item 8.6.
Okay. Item 8.6, Public Works Director Janigo is recommending approval to award the contract for pavement marking services to Farner Asphalt Ceiling for costs outlined in the memo.
Motion is by Councilor Bender, the second by Councilor Ludwig. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries.
Item 8.7 was the amended agenda that went out. Public Works Director Janigo is recommending approval to award construction, engineering, and observation services for the Municipal Service Building Improvements Phase 1 project to Master Builder Architecture and CPMI for combined total of $48,588.
What is your pleasure? Motion is by Councilor Bender, second by Councilor Dahlbeck. Councilor Kern.
Todd, can you tell me what's the timeline on this contract? Kind of in lieu of everything that's kind of going on right now. I guess I'd like to know if there's a way to kind of hold back on this a little bit, if we got some time till we can figure out some of the other issues before we move through with another contract.
Absolutely. I believe at 2 council meetings ago, we awarded the contract for construction to the contractor. This would be the, for lack of a better term, the oversight services with CPMI and MBA. As part of the contract, we issue what's called a notice to proceed. So when all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed, everything's ready to go, we issue a notice to proceed to the contractor. Until that happens, we're not obligated to do anything. We wait, so we wait on that. So the idea being that we wouldn't issue a notice to proceed for this contract, for the construction phase of this contract, until everything else, in the contract realm is cleared up. What this does is this gives us our oversight and observation services to get going on things like submittals, long lead items, those types of things that the contractor will submit. The architect will look at and say, yes, this meets the requirements of the plan, and gets all of the paperwork out of the way so we can start construction. So they'll be doing that once we get a contract in place with them. That's probably a week to 2 week process, and then we'll hold the notice to proceed on the construction until these other issues are resolved.
Floor is still yours, Councilor.
Oh, I'm sorry. With that being said, can I amend the motion to table this until the next meeting?
Just motion to table.
Motion to table.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion by Councilor Karnas, second by Councilor Olson to table the motion until the next meeting. Is there discussion? Councilor Van Sickle.
So, CPMI, this is the same folks that were responsible for the I's and the T's for the fire hall project? Is that correct?
Oh, it is on. I was waiting for a light down there. Yes, it's the same company that will be acting as the owner's representative. They were not involved in the contractor selection at all. They'd be coming in after the fact to work between the contractor and the architect with the city's best interest. So it's the same company, but they're not involved in the front end.
Okay, just disturbing to hear that they would be in charge of oversight again. Thanks, Director Janico.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion to table until the next meeting signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries.
11.1 is a resolution introduced by the Public Works Director finalizing the closure of the railroad crossing on Garfield Avenue near the roundabout at U.S. Highway 2.
Motion is by Councilor Dahlbeck, second by Councilor Sutherland. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries.
Item 13.1, the presentators have asked that presentation be moved to the first meeting in May. So we'll put it on that agenda as well.
Is there any objection to placing this on the next agenda? Seeing none, we have no further business and are adjourned. Thank you, councilors.